Okay, we are live. Good evening, everyone. I'm Andrew Joyce. I'm chair of the Albany County Legislature. I wanted to thank Mr. Clay, who is chair of our Public Safety Committee, and Mr. Bruschi, who is chair of our Public Works Committee, for convening this important joint meeting of our Public Safety and Public Works Committees tonight to talk with the County Executive's Office, the Department of General Services, and Sheriff Craig Apple about security measures going into this weekend, into the inauguration, and security measures going forward as we protect county workers and we secure county property. Anti-government sentiment that we've seen over the past couple of days has reached kind of a fervent point in our society. It's always been there, but it's been exacerbated over the past couple of days. So Mr. Clay, Mr. Bruschi suggested that we get all the particulars together for this meeting to talk, specific things that we can do. The Albany County Legislature's role in security and so on and implementation is relatively limited, but we do stand ready to help in terms of funding and budgeting and to implement best practices and recommendations by the experts, the Sheriff's Department and Department of General Services and our colleagues in the County Executive's Office. There's an open and frank discussion that we're going to have tonight, but there's not much we can do to get into specifics in terms of what the Sheriff's Department does or others do to secure county property or in terms of security, just through the nature of the work and the public setting in which we're in. As we know, Zoom isn't perfectly secure, but we don't want to give away everything that we do to protect county workers and property. So again, I want to thank Mr. Clay and Mr. Bruschi for convening this meeting tonight. And at this point, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Clay to begin the meeting.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking the time out to come to this very important meeting. And again, I think the chairman have outlined our objectives very clearly. And we have with us, I believe, the Sheriff Apple, who, as the chairman explained, will go into as much as he can general details about the safety and protection of our county properties and employees. So I'll be leaving you. I have to get down to the Time Union Center, and I have an appointment down there at 6, so I'll be leaving shortly. But I believe Mr. Bruschi are you with us there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much, Mr. Clay.
And I'm going to turn it over to him. And again, I thank everybody taking time out. And this is very important. And I think the chairman was correctly. I'm a little bit more attuned to. Hello.
I hear you.
Oh, I don't know. Somebody came on, or
I can hear you, Bill. You're fine.
Okay. I'm a little bit more attuned than many are on our committees relative to the things that are going to take place and the preparations that are underway in terms of. I've probably been in a couple of dozen of these things myself. And so again, I thank the sheriff and all the committee members and thank the chairman for pulling together the group. So with that, I'll turn it over to see if he has anything he'd like to add to this, to the chairman of our Public Works Committee.
Thank you very much, Chairman Clay and Chair Joyce, for this meeting. I think we were all shocked to watch on live TV to see our Capitol stormed. This is not just a regular building. This was the cathedral of democracy. It is the symbol of it around the world. And we're in a dangerous moment right now where if they can overrun that, it's only prudent for us to look into this here. I know that Chairman Clay, this has been a topic that he's been thinking about for a very long time. So it's great that we're not being caught flat-footed. Sheriff, I'm so glad that you're the one that's in charge. Here locally, I can't think of a single person that could do that job better. So I have tons of confidence in you and your team, and I think it's important that the rest of our members get to hear a bit about what is being done. And I think it's important for the public to have that same confidence. Being a state capital, being the county seat, there is a high density, of government buildings right there, and so it's so important that we make sure that safety is paramount, not just for the great servants that are working in these buildings, but also for the public that wants to see us be responsive to their needs. With that, Sheriff Apple, before we go into executive session, I would, if you have any comments that you would like to make generally for public consumption, it would be great to get that, and then we can gavel into executive session.
So first of all, thank you for the opportunity to come and speak to you. Listen, this is something that we plan for. This is something that we train for. This is sometimes the reason why we acquire the equipment that we have and we utilize to protect our life and property. So I can assure the public, if anybody else is on this Zoom call, that we are prepared. We have been conversing with our federal and state officials as well. Tomorrow we're having a large gathering up at Troop G. I've had conversations with Deputy Chief Hogan from APD as well as the state police. Everybody has a good game plan, and I think it's a proven game plan. And I think we have enough manpower and resources to keep everybody safe, to protect our buildings. And based on some of the chatter that we see, many people may come into the Capitol, but so far there's been no threats of violence or anything to that effect.
Standing. And I want to see if Commissioner Latina, yes, is on the line with us as well. If you have any general public comments that you want to make before we gavel into our executive session.
Well, we've gone over this with the county exec's office on our plan for actually on Sunday and what we're going to be doing on Wednesday. If we get large crowds, on how to lock down our buildings if we need to immediately. We've actually installed, tomorrow morning, there'll be another camera installed on 112 State Street, so I can get a clear shot up at the Capitol building if there happens to be a gathering up there, where I'll be able to take a look if things start cycling down towards our building at 112 State Street. I'll be able to get a hold of the sheriff, if I happen to see large crowds moving down towards our way. But on Wednesday, again, the sheriff has offered us some extra security for the sheriff's department at our building on Wednesday for the inauguration day, and there's supposed to be another large gathering. We have plans how to lock our buildings down safely and keep all of our employees safe within the building confines and keep everybody out.
Thank you so much, sir. Can I get a motion to enter executive session?
Motion
by Mr. O'Brien, seconded by Mr. Peter. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say no. Carries unanimously. We'll now gavel into executive session.
Okay, Mr. Brewski, this is a little bit more difficult.